When my mother-in-law Beth does puzzles, this is how she does it. It's a very uncomfortable position to be working on a puzzle. Oh, it's a hassle to get everything set up. It's kind of in the way. It makes doing puzzles kind of a hassle. We're gonna see if we can fix that for her. But it's kind of a surprise, so don't tell her. While designing this table, there were a few key components that I wanted to include. First of all, I wanted it to look cool. I had free reign when it came to the table's appearance, and I love the idea of having dramatic arched legs made with bent laminations. The functionality of the table was equally important. I wanted to create a work surface that sat flush with the tabletop, but could be lowered down without disturbing the puzzle. That way, you could put the top on the table and hide the puzzle when you weren't working on. My idea was to have the top slide off maybe, or drop down to the side. I wasn't too sure. And I also wasn't too sure about the inner mechanism, so I started searching the internet to see if I could find any ideas. While I was in my search, I found Simone Gert's table, Gritz, I don't understand her last name, which had this really cool lifting mechanism in the center of the table. So I rewatched her video multiple times, trying to get a better glimpse of what the mechanism was that lifted the table. This is the best shot that I could find, and it really didn't tell me much. So I figured, hey, why not try and reach out to her? Well, this was her response. So I began my search on Amazon, looking for different lift systems. I did come across motorcycle lifts, but they were way too heavy for what I needed. Although they were really strong, it just wasn't gonna work. After making a slight adjustment to my search, I thought I struck gold. I found these really cool scissor jacks. Now, they're allegedly used by scientists, but I don't know what scientists would use them for. So maybe one of you guys are a scientist, and you can tell me. So this is where the project's gonna get real interesting. I've never done this before, but we're going to be using a mechanical system to lift the inside of the table up and down. I'm gonna give this a shot, and hopefully it works. We're gonna do a test setup first, so let's try it. Okay, so it is a week later. I wasn't able to get this aluminum shaft into these bearings. I even tried to taper the shaft a little bit, see if I could get it in, but it wouldn't fit. So I went out and bought some more stuff. So I went and got different bearings that is allegedly also for a 1/2-inch shaft. Here's the kicker. This aluminum 1/2-inch shaft does not fit. It does not fit. So on the off chance that that was the issue, I went and got a stainless steel 1/2-inch shaft. Somehow the stainless steel shaft threads into the 1/2-inch, call it perfectly. It actually also fits into the old one. So the whole time this aluminum shaft was just the problem. Yeah, let's get all these parts together and see if we can get it to work this time. After assembling the correct parts, I had a fully functional lift. All that was left to do is to create some kind of sliding or removable top. So although right now it's actually hitting. I would like to keep this as the height. It'll be a little bit lower, and then I won't have to take as much off here because I want it to maintain as much of this space as I can just for strength in this area. The top of this is definitely going to have to get cut off. I think that's something I'll do now. Let's give it a shot. So my idea was to cut it here. That way the hinge can slip by as it folds, which means that the distance from here to here, if it was higher here, I think that it would lift the top here, but it still wouldn't be high enough that way, so...
One eternity later.
So does it work? Yes, in theory. I don't really like the fact that these are sticking up above the lip here, but I think we're onto something here. My question is, do I actually like seeing these hinges here? Are these going to annoy me? Or is it just something that you simply can't get rid of? I don't know. Let me sleep on it. With the lifted top basically all figured out, I could start construction on the lower half. And let's be honest, you guys are just here to see me bend wood. Hurry. Here goes nothing. So this is the pre-bend that I do prior to the actual bend up. I wasn't too sure if the wood would like being bent at this type of radius, so I decided to soak them in hot water, which is what you saw me do with that pipe, for about a half hour. It wasn't boiling, it was just hot water from the tap itself. Then I could use these really long squeezy clamps to slowly, in a controlled manner, bring both sides in evenly. When I got to the end, I used a pipe clamp to really give it that final squeeze. And yes, my forearms were absolutely dead after this. Oh, this thing's heavy. this might go bad. For this glue up, I used Gorilla Glue, which is a PVA glue. It's known for being really strong after it solidifies, which is really what I was looking for with this arch. I wanted them to stay nice and stiff. The only problem is, it has a really short open time, especially for something as complicated as this glue up was. So to say I was stressed out would be an understatement.
Don't get glue on my car.
Oh my god.
So my second attempt at the glue up didn't go well. It ended up not looking great on the ends, so I'm going to try it again. This time I'm actually going to try to do it without pre-soaking and pre-bending. I'm just gonna go right into the glue up. I think it'll work. I don't think that there's enough of a radius here to break the wood. We're just gonna go for it. So this glue up went really smooth. It was almost like shockingly smooth how much better this glue up was than the other ones. I don't know if it was because I didn't have them wet and I wasn't like stressed for time or what, but it could have also been the fact that this was my third attempt. And I also will say that normally I hate sanding like most woodworkers do, but these legs were a lot of fun to clean. I got to use my card scraper, which I've just learned how to use, and the final product looked a lot better than I expected. What's up, guys? A dead spider. Creepy. Oh, it's not dead. Let's just put you over here. So, it's been a few days, guys, and I've had some time to think about this. I don't like this. I feel like this is not great. I feel like it could be better. I feel like there's too much going on. The lift is fine. It's the actual sliding table mechanism that I'm not crazy about. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do, and I haven't come up with a great idea. But I need to really move forward on this project. So I think I'm just going to, maybe this isn't the best idea, but I'm going to try to build it and then see how it looks as I go. Maybe I'll come up with a better idea as I start to build them. But I gotta get this project moving. It's taking up space and it's something I wanna see done. So I'm just gonna send it and hope for the best. Wish me luck. This might not work.